Hi guys, in this video I'm going to be doing a little exercise, pushing myself outside my comfort zone, you could say, because apparently this is good for me and my overall well-being, or so I've been told by my therapist. I'll be reading popular authors I've avoided for a week. I've set aside a few books I've been avoiding for one reason or another that we'll be reading and discussing, all in a spoiler-free fashion. So, let's get to it. The first author we'll be reading from is Lauren Asher, author of many popular romances such as The Stolen Heir and Dreamland Billionaire series. When I tell you I've been avoiding this book, you see that? You see that right there? This book has been on my TBR the longest. I got this book from an Amazon bookstore, which closed down over a year ago, mind you. Everyone has that one book that they keep putting off and off. At one point, this book was a sweeping book talk sensation, and all that hype built this book up to an almost unachievable standard in my mind. And so I have never read this in order to prevent the disappointment I would surely experience. I know I can be self-deprecating at times, but I actually don't enjoy putting myself through pain. It's not really fun for me, but I do own this book and I do want to read it. So I'll be putting on my big girl pants and we'll be starting this video off with The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I have just read up to the 75-page mark, so let me give you a quick rundown of what's been happening. Basically in this world, old Bratty Kane is the Walt Disney of amusement parks. We start this novel with each of his grandsons receiving a letter describing their task each must fulfill in order for them to receive their share of the company. In the fine print, we follow the youngest brother, Rowan, the dreamer, who must create and enact a legacy-worthy plan that betters the park. So like the businessman he is, Rowan allocates this responsibility to others by opening up a contest in which employees can submit an idea to improve the park. Our female MC in here is Sara, who after one too many drinks one night, submits a proposal to this contest criticizing Dreamland. How sweet of her. So when Sara gets a promotion, she's like, what? This can't be true. I thought you guys called me down here to fire me. And the romance between Sara and Rowan ensues. As for the romance element, the characters are still in that stage where they're neglecting their blatant attraction for each other, which I'm not mad at. I'm not currently in the mood for insta love, or ever really. It is fun though, having a book set in basically Disney World. One could annotate this book solely for Disney references, and it would look like, I don't know, a rainbow threw up on it. Something happened to a Disney princess and it, exploded. I'm not even joking, maybe a little, but so references even get niche. Like there's even an underground catacomb system in here employees use. I'm liking the intrigue so far. We know that both Rowan and Sara have a deeper backstory than they're letting on, so I'm excited to see what that's all about. And I'm glad that the characters have some resemblance of depth. That's nice. But so far so good. It's still pretty early on, but I'm enjoying it. Okay, back to reading. Not at this moment, but later. You'll see. Hi vlog, it's currently Tuesday. Where did Monday go? Your guess is as good as mine. I am now approximately 300 pages in. I can see the appeal to the story, especially if you like grumpy sunshine, workplace, romance, the later of which I'm a fan of. I don't see the appeal to the cynicism Rowan admits, but to each their own, I guess. Also, Rowan throughout this whole book has been a whole contradiction in himself. It's like he wants two things at once. He doesn't want to be like his dad in this one way, but in doing so is like his dad in this other way, but he doesn't want to be like his dad in this other way, but in doing so is like his dad in that one way. Also, this is probably just me, but whenever I read Rowan's name, I think of Rowan from The Raven Boys. Oh my god, that series takes me back. It's a pretty unique name that I now associate with that series. I don't want to paint Rowan as a completely bad guy in here because he's not. He's just kind of rough around the edges. I really like the bond forming between him and Sara's sister. It's all very sweet and heartwarming, which is definitely very different from his previous icy, not even facade, it's just the way he is. I would classify this as the guy falls first kind of romance, which I'm all about female empowerment, so love that. I think I'll probably be able to finish this today in between classes and then later today. That's why I'm updating y'all from my car. I have class. This is where I get in some of my prime reading time. You see, if you arrive early to things, you can squeeze in some reading time while you're just waiting around, while also ensuring that you're not late. Unless you get sucked into your book and then arrive to class 15 minutes late. Not talking from personal experience or whatever. Definitely not. Okay, bye. What time is it? 8:11. In my body, it feels like 12. It's been a long day, as you can tell. That's why I haven't really gotten any B-roll today, but if I did, it would probably just be of me walking up hills. On a brighter note, I finished the first book for this vlog, and I also received a dress that I ordered, which I'm really excited about. So this afternoon, more like night, is looking up. Let's talk about the book. I'm landing somewhere in between a 3.5 to 4 star. Post Sara, that's up to you to figure that out. Nothing life-changing story-wise, writing-wise, so I don't really feel any regret towards avoiding this for so long. This is a book that I can see in particular people who have not read much romance really enjoying. The chemistry was there, again, the characters had some depth. However, I personally was not fully invested in them, and that intrigue that was interesting me earlier on ended up being pretty obvious and weak. The third act breakup I actually didn't mind in here. I felt like it was warranted since it was something we were building up to over the whole book, and it wasn't just something completely random and unrelated to the plot, which a lot of the times it is. We all knew it was going to happen. It was just more of a matter of when, where, how. When I compare this to other romances, it's not the most memorable, but still I enjoyed it, and I do plan on continuing with the series as we got glimpses of the brothers, which I'd be interested in further exploring. So I remember telling you all that, where are my scissors? That I'm going to wedding soonish. It's in like a couple of weeks, but this is the dress I ordered for it. This is from Altered State. I ordered this like 3 days ago. It came really fast. I'm excited. Oh my gosh. I'm excited. Okay, I'm so excited. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on here, but these are the sleeves. The dress has like a cutout in the middle here. I am really not doing this justice. I'll insert a picture of what it's supposed to look like, but I'm so excited to wear this. I think she's going to look so stunning. Well, that's kind of sad. So I think they forgot to include my earrings I ordered as well. Lovely. But I did get a second dress because they were having a buy one, get one 50% off sale. So I got this dress as well, just for like a, you know, a cute little fall moment. I don't usually wear dresses, but I would like to. There's something so feminine about wearing a dress that I love. I'm sad about my earrings. Tomorrow we are gonna start book number 2, so until then, sleep tight, my book-loving friends. Mwah. Just had to give you all a little goodnight kiss. You're welcome for that. Today I'm starting Conversations with Friends by Sally Rooney, author of 2 other very popular yet slightly divisive novels, Normal People and Beautiful World, Where Are You? Sally Rooney is one of those authors that has become romanticized in a way, or at least the aesthetic of being a Sally Rooney fan has. And look, I want to be like that, okay? I want to enjoy an author that not only brings the vibes, but also prompts some important conversations. Conversations you could have with friends, you could say. I have avoided her work in fear that her and I would not click, and thus destroying my dream of being a Sally Rooney girly, but no more. Typically Wednesdays are heavy schoolwork days, but I'm ahead of the game. So I think I'm gonna start with the audiobook, and then we can also decorate for fall, which I thought would be fun. My favorite season, decor-wise, and just in general. Hopefully I can read a good chunk of this today. I'm excited, but kind of nervous. Wish me luck. I have to listen via my iPad since my phone decided to check out the other day. I put it down for like a second, picked her back up, and was greeted with a black screen. Don't even get me started on my bad track history with phones. And most of the time I don't even do anything to them. They just stop working on me. Phones just don't like me. I don't know what else to tell you. Do y'all want a fall decor haul? I only bought 4 things the other day, so it's not much of a haul, but still I thought I'd show y'all. I got these candles at Target. This one mostly because of the container. I do like how it smells. It smells like Bath & Body Works fall, you know, just like all those fall scents combined into one. But this one, I absolutely love. I love it so much. Oh my God, it smells so good, it smells so good. I want this in a perfume. This is Red Mango and Amber. It has a wood wick actually, which I thought was kind of interesting. I never had a candle like that. Y'all go to Target right now, get this scent. I'm like really sensitive. I wouldn't say really, but I'm very particular when it comes to candles and scents in general. But this one I can see becoming a favorite. It's not too strong, not too musky, not too sweet. It's that perfect Goldilocks median. Oh, and I also got this pillow from Target. Just has these adorable little pumpkins on it. Cute, right? I think I might be going a little too crazy on the pumpkins because I got these from TJ Maxx. For one, I thought they were beautiful. They're pumpkins made out of roses with glitter on them. What's not to love? But I thought they would also match my roses on my coffee table. I try not to buy too many seasonal decorations as it's really easy to go overboard. So this is going to be my one annual seasonal decoration, which is a new rule I'm implementing this year, even though I've technically bought 3 decorations, but this doesn't count. Candle, pillow, doesn't count. Today's been the first day in which I've been able to properly test out my new reading corner, and I'm enjoying it. The only thing is, the chair smells like the cleaner I used and is kind of giving me a headache. I probably should not be breathing in these fumes regardless. Anyways, I've switched over to physically reading now. In conversations with friends, we're following Frances and Billy, aspiring poets and best friends. We start the novel off with them getting invited over to Martha's, another woman who is interested in writing a piece on them's house, where they're introduced to her husband Nick, and thus begins this strange relationship that develops between these 4 individuals. I found specifically Frances's character really relatable. She is literally my age, so that makes sense, but although I wouldn't necessarily do everything she's doing, I've really been enjoying her inner monologue. It's candid, witty, a bit strange. I know something about Sally Rooney's writing that not everyone jives with is how she doesn't use quotation marks when she writes dialogue. I personally have not had a problem with that. I think I'm just so constantly used to reading different writing styles, it's hard to faze me. I feel like I need to point out the characters' names in this novel. We have a Frances, a Billy, a Martha, all very traditionally old-fashioned. And then we have a Nick. Not Nicholas, Nicola, insert any other name Nick is short for. No, just Nick. Does that mean his character is going to be maybe a little more basic, more refined? I don't know. But Sally Rooney does seem like that type of author who would include those types of literary elements in her novels. I'm currently on chapter 10, so I'm not too far in yet, but what I'm really liking is that the story is written realistically. It's not over the top or anything. It reads like a narrative of one's life, of something that has happened, which I think will further support the upcoming discussions around power dynamics and naivety, which we have not fully dove into yet, but I feel like that is where we're heading. I feel very academic today with the fit and the Sally Rooney. Thought I was kidding earlier. No, this is literally my life. Guys, I hate to say it, but this has just been mediocre. I'm 2/3 of the way through, and I'm just not getting much out of the story. The novel seems like it wants to be thought-provoking, but no thoughts are being had. And that's not to say that there isn't merit in the conversations being had, but they're just not as complex as I was expecting them to be or hoping for them to be. This novel does make for a really easy listen though. If a lot is going on in a story, my audiobook multitasking self cannot keep the book straight, but since this is very mundane, I've really enjoyed having it on in the background while doing other things. To me, Melissa's character interests me the most out of the 4 of them, which is interesting because she is probably focused on the least, but I feel sympathy for her, even if she arguably doesn't deserve it. This novel is starting to take a turn though that I was not expecting for it to take. I was hoping it would. I thought it would make for an interesting story if it did, fully expecting for it to never go down that way. But here we are. So all hopes aren't lost for this novel, but I don't know. Sally Rooney. It's not looking great. It's Friday. God, what a cultural reset. For all those wondering why I've been wearing my hair up so much recently, my hair has gotten to that point where I, someone who has never been good at hair in the first place, cannot even make it look somewhat decent. I don't have a hair appointment for like another few weeks, so we're just gonna have to deal. Okay, I think I was a little harsh on this book yesterday. This novel does offer some critiques on society, which I liked reading about. I always find differing points of views and the reasoning behind those views interesting. It also prompts some interesting discussions with not necessarily a right or wrong answer. So overall, I did enjoy the novel. I thought the different mediums in which the conversations took place was clever, and I can't deny it was well written, but I still want to give it 3 stars. Personally, I just felt meh towards it. I could take it or leave it. This novel never fully climaxes, which I understand it's not a plot-heavy book, but still I would at least like a little bit of direction in the story. However, I did enjoy the more ambivalent ending. I did not see that one coming. The audiobook I would give 4 stars. I did enjoy listening to it, so if I were to pick up anything else by Sally Rooney, that is probably the route I would go. Alright, next author. If you've been anywhere in the book community recently, you've probably heard of this author, Freida McFadden. I don't think I've seen an author gain so much popularity in such a short amount of time. Freida McFadden has a whole backlist of thrillers, which I've avoided, partially because I didn't know where to start, and partially because I just didn't think she would live up to the hype since she only recently gains this popularity. But I don't know, maybe she was just under our noses the whole time, waiting to get sniffed. Y'all pulled through like always and recommended I start with The Inmate. Can The Inmate save this video? I don't even need a 5-star. Just anything higher than a 4 and I'd be happy. The beginning of fall is when the egg chair gets the most love. It's the perfect weather right now to read outside, even if it is a bit windy. Man, McFadden's been busy. Look at all these books she's written. Just by going by names alone, I want to read Baby City, sounds like my nightmare, and The Devil Wears Scrubs. Love a good medical thriller, which I'm assuming that is. Wind chimes have become my new pet peeve. Help. I feel like our MC is going to be like one of those dumb MCs. No offense, Brooke, but it's your first day and you're already jeopardizing it. Hold up, let me tell you what The Inmate's about. In The Inmate, we follow Brooke, the newest nurse practitioner at Raker's Men's Maximum Security Prison. Now, Brooke did not want to work here, understandable, but all the other hospitals in town would not hire her, which in itself is suspicious, but okay. And so Brooke is like, I'm just going to have to deal and try to avoid the inmate / my ex-boyfriend. My testimony landed in prison back in high school all those years ago. Now Brooke so far is not the smartest, not the most safety conscious. This whole situation is kind of ridiculous, but I'm kind of eating it up. Literally 1 page later, Brooke says, I've only been here a day. It's a bit early to be breaking the rules. Babe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, I have 2 theories with how this novel is going to go. But to really wow me with a thriller, it needs to be something completely unexpected, but also makes sense, so that it doesn't seem completely out of left field. Which those 2 things seem to contradict each other, but I promise it can be done. Now, there is enough evidence to support either of my theories, so I'm guessing it's going to be neither of them. Well, at least I'm hoping it is. I've developed a 3rd theory I've deemed the think outside the box theory. You see, with thrillers, it's never going to be the obvious. If it's well written, it won't. I know Freida McFadden is known to pull the rug out from under you, and I'm ready. Y'all were right. I've been sleeping on Freida McFadden. This book was candy for the brain. I had a blast. This novel was engaging, thrilling, fast-paced. The setting of a medical unit in a prison was unique and fun. The ending had me. My 3rd theory was partially correct. It was like 50% correct, but I did not figure out the other half. I'm going to give this a 4.25 star. You have to suspend your disbelief some, as the plot is pretty far-fetched, but I think this is just one of those kinds of thrillers. It did what it set out to do though. It entertained me, and I quite enjoyed it. Out of the 3 authors we have read for this video, Freida McFadden is definitely the one I am most likely to pick up another book from. I know I will, because immediately after finishing this, I went to look up her other books and subsequently found more from her I want to read. In particular, I'm eyeing Never Lie, Thrillers with Therapist. Ooh, green flag. I do actually own The Locked Door from her, which maybe I should read before I pick up that other book. I don't know, we'll see what happens. If I were to rank the books we read for this vlog, in 3rd place, I'd rank I was not expecting this video to go this way. Second place would go to The Fine Print, and then in first place, The Inmate. So what can we take away from this video? You know, maybe there's reasoning behind why one may avoid a certain author or book, because only one out of the 3 books I really felt like I was missing out on, and even so, it wasn't an all-time favorite. What a sour takeaway from this video. I don't know, let me know if there's a certain author or book you avoided, but then once you finally read, absolutely adored. As you've probably noticed, I like to film reading vlogs around a certain prompt or goal, so if there's any other specific vlog you would like to see, also let me know. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help me and my channel out a lot. You can also comment, interact, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I'd really appreciate it. To those that already do and continuously do, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Y'all mean so much to me, even just by watching this video. Guys, you're making me get all sentimental. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, a fantastic week, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.